The Medium article for the first Disney drop has arrived and I am so excited. But not only that, there's been some amazing news features as well as some tips for the drops that are going to be coming up with Disney. So in this video, we're going to go over everything that you're going to need to know over the next coming days and some of the exciting things that have been happening in the media. Let's get started. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come and watch this video on the channel. Just before we get started, if you do enjoy this content, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for 1,000 subs by the end of the year and I really appreciate all the support that's been happening so far. Disney have already blown our minds by signing the partnership with Veve, but we are now getting the golden moments. The article has now come out with the first drop that we're going to be getting, and that is the Simpsons. Before we have a look at that, let's have a look at some of the drops that are going to be happening within the golden moments. I am unsure about copyright with the music, so I'm just going to talk over it. It's Bart Simpson and the skateboard. We then have Elsa and the Magic Kingdom hat. We then move on to Pixar, which is Wall-E and the pizza truck from Toy Story. We then got Iron Man and the Avengers logo before finalising it with R2-D2 as well as C-3PO and Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. Holy crap, this is insane. That is going to be the Disney moments drops that we're going to get, which is just insane to look at. Let's have a look at the article then for what we're going to be getting first. Now, this is the first official NFT from The Simpsons, and that's what we're going to be getting here. It's not the first NFT from Disney, because if we are actually taking that from Disney, then Marvel was the first drop that we'd actually had. But for The Simpsons here, this is going to be FA, and they're all going to be golden. Now, if you do manage to get these, you're going to get a special editions with Disney Plus. We've already talked about that in another video, which you can definitely go and check out. These are actually going to be happening through blind boxes, which I find really interesting. I never thought they would have done it this way, but I quite like it. So we're going to get it on Sunday, the 7th of November at 12 PM PT, which is 3 PM for UK people, and it's going to cost 60, and there's going to be 12,300 of the common, and the rare is going to be 6,333 editions. I'm actually quite excited that we're getting a fair number of editions. You know, that's actually not that bad. I thought it might have been smaller than that, but obviously as we get closer to like the Walt Disney and the C-3PO and all that, I'm presuming that it might be a bit lower. I'm not too sure. I want all of them. I really do want all of them. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to afford them. But 60 is the price for these, for the blind boxes. You can get your chances to go and get it. What I'm thinking is, because Disney Golden Moments is from the 7th to the 12th, we're going to be getting a drop every single day, because there's 6 different variants that we saw within that video, and that's obviously 6 days with the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and then the 12th. So that's probably how it's going to work. I'm going to say it's going to be blind boxes each day, apart from the Walt Disney one. I'm not too sure what that's going to be, but wow, I am excited. Now that we know there are going to be blind boxes within this, I'm going to show you 2 methods that have been brought to the attention by Veve and the Gale. I actually realised the last blind box drop of Gale's method, so I was so happy to see that he's got a video up to make sure more people have the opportunity of actually getting these when they come on for the first time. All of these are blind boxes. Important to know the best tricks for them to get a slight advantage and potentially getting it. And we can actually use this from the Marvel Mighties example today. Now you can see that it's going to be dropping in 5 hours. That's what it's going to be. When you're on here, you obviously can't see where the buy now button is going to be. You don't know where it's going to be. You have to just guess and hope. Now what Veve has said is, in this gap between the details of the Eternals and Notify Me is where you want to press for the button to come up. A few seconds before, you just tap in the middle of this little gap, and you have enough room to be able to do that without actually triggering anything, because sometimes you can mess it up and bring down that, and then other times you press the Notify Me, but I guess that doesn't really matter. So you're just aiming for that middle gap with what you're pressing with when it comes to the blind boxes. Now the other thing to pay attention to is, if you don't manage to get it, or you want to go for the rebound, and we talk about the rebound method in the Veve drops video that I've made, so be sure to go and watch that to understand truly what that is. But you can see here that the sold out comes up as soon as you click on it. Now this is the video that Gale had done, and I'll leave both of the videos in the description for you to check out, because they're amazing content creators. You'd highly recommend it. As you can see, when you click on the Spider-Man, which was a blind box, the sold out appears on the screen, and that means you can actually keep your finger on where the sold out is, so that when you're coming out and back in to try and get the rebound, all you have to do is to continuously press the same spot when you're going in and out, meaning when the buy now button comes up, you don't need to sort of panic, try and scroll down like you do with other collectibles and then get it. It's just right there for you, and that's the two methods that you should be using for these blind boxes to increase your chances of getting it. There were a few other things that have been happening this week in regards to Veve. It appeared on the French national news, which is insane to think about. You can see that here from the video with the James Bond stuff coming up, which I just think is nuts, and it's so cool to see that we're getting that media coming to us. And another addition, and we've just seen Alfred Khan being on the Inc magazine where Gary Vee is the front cover, talking about his journey to bring everything to what it is today. Now, I've not actually read the article myself, but Tap's done a video talking about what was on the article and showing you the details a part of it. I'd highly recommend go and check it out, and I'll leave the link in the description for you. But again, that's just bringing to the light some things that are happening with the NFTs. Inc receiving around 33 million page views per month. This is going to be a great insight to who Alfred is and what he's actually doing, and maybe allow some other people to look into other projects that he's working on right now, i.e. Veve and Ecomi. But this is another fantastic way to show that we are getting our name out there more. Things are happening and people are becoming known to what Veve and Ecomi is. This is exactly what they've been working towards over the last year. And still remember that we're part of one of the biggest marketing teams in the world who are helping us do this. It is going to take time. They said it was always going to be about that foundational growth, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're now seeing national TV with Veve appearing on it, Alfred Khan now being in Inc magazine along with Gary Vee, as well as some other stuff. And speaking about Gary Vee, last night he tweeted out about Immutable X and what it actually was for the Ethereum layer 2, which again can provide more people with information as to what Immutable is actually going to be, and Veve is going to be coming onto this layer 2 platform, which is getting more and more attention. Immutable still have a long way to go with everything that they're doing, but I see Immutable sort of like Veve themselves, where they're trying to build that foundation that really is solid and works. So there's going to be a lot of hiccups along the way, which I understand is going to be the case. I'm just hoping that when Veve move over to there isn't going to be the same problems that a lot of the mints have had recently when it comes to minting on Immutable themselves. The final thing is, how's this all going to impact Veve and Ecomi? Well, what I'd mentioned before was that we're now getting mass media attention. People are genuinely paying attention to what Veve and Ecomi are actually doing. No company in the world gets signed by the biggest brands in the world by sheer coincidence. It doesn't happen like that. Businesses don't work like that, and money doesn't work like that. The world is still revolved around money, which is unfortunate, but it is the case. And that's how your name is going to get out there. These big brands with the biggest impact in the world, with some of the best franchises in the world, are now coming to show. People are seeing what Veve and Ecomi can actually do and become a catalyst in this space. 99% of NFTs are going to be worthless in the future, but the biggest brands in the world are still the biggest brands in the world to this day, for a reason of staying relevant and moving with the times. And that's exactly what they're doing, building that friendship with Veve and Ecomi to build up to this future that we are working towards. Disney Moments is massive, and not only that, the move to Immutable X as well as signing with USPS is just on another level. A government body actually signing with them. I didn't even cover USPS in this video, but it's still a catalyst in these announcements that are happening, and potentially even bigger than something like Marvel and Disney, purely based on it being a governing body which have to sign off that this is what they want to do and how they want to move forward. Something that may slip under the radar but is actually bigger than many may think. I wanted to get this video as soon as I woke up this morning and saw the news that this dropped, but I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and let me know down in the comments your thoughts on everything that's going on right now. I know the video on the screen right now will be something you'll love to watch. Have a fantastic day.